Olga sat in her dimly lit apartment, surrounded by books and papers, her brow furrowed in deep concentration. She had been on a quest for happiness for as long as she could remember, but no matter how many self-help books she read or seminars she attended, she just couldn't seem to grasp what happiness truly meant. One day, after yet another restless night of tossing and turning, Olga decided to seek help from a doctor. After listening to her struggles and feelings of emptiness, the doctor gently informed her that she was suffering from depression. Olga was taken aback. She had always considered herself a strong and resilient person, but now she was faced with a diagnosis that shook her to her core. Feeling lost and desperate for answers, Olga remembered hearing about a shaman in Siberia who had helped many people find their inner peace and happiness. Without hesitation, she booked a ticket for the first train to an unknown destination, determined to seek out the guidance she so desperately needed. She arrived at Shaman's village, and he told her to take the first train departing to any direction. As the train rumbled through the snowy Siberian landscape, Olga felt a sense of both trepidation and excitement. She had no idea what lay ahead, but she was prepared to face whatever challenges came her way in order to find happiness. Finally, the train came to a stop in a small, remote village in the heart of Siberia. The air was crisp and cold, the villagers bustling about their daily tasks. Olga felt a pang of sadness as she watched a funeral procession pass by, the mourners clad in black, their faces etched with grief. Suddenly, one of the villagers stopped in his tracks and stared at Olga in disbelief. "You bear a striking resemblance to her," he whispered, his eyes filled with a mixture of sorrow and astonishment. Olga felt a chill run down her spine. Who was this mysterious woman they spoke of, and why did she feel such a strong connection to this small village? Olga found an old hotel with rustic interior and a postcard addressed to her mother. At the postcard, it was written that the man named Vladimir wants to meet her. The date was from 25 years ago. There was Alo the Vladimir's address. That night, as Olga lay in her hotel room, the spirit of the deceased woman appeared before her gentle voice filled with warmth and love. "I am your grandmother," she whispered, her eyes sparkling with tears. "I have been waiting for you, my child." Olga's heart pounded in her chest as she listened to the spirit's story. Her mother had left the village 25 years ago, fleeing in shame after being raped by a stranger in the woods and becoming pregnant with Olga. She had kept her secret hidden in Moscow, working in a large enterprise, but her love for Olga never wavered. Tears streamed down Olga's cheeks as she realized the truth of her origins. Her soul had been disturbed by her mother's hidden emotions, but now she felt a sense of peace and clarity wash over her. She was not alone in this world. She was part of something greater than herself. The next day, guided by her grandmother's spirit, Olga ventured into the woods where she came across a raven trapped in the icy river. With trembling hands, she freed the bird, feeling a sense of liberation and rebirth wash over her. As she made her way back to the village, Olga stumbled upon a meeting of shamans who had been waiting for her. They welcomed her with open arms, recognizing her as the chosen one who would carry on the ancient tradition of shamanism. Together, they performed a sacred ritual, anointing Olga as a shaman and bestowing upon her the wisdom of the rescued raven. The bird taught her three prayers, one for love, one for health, and one for contentment with whatever life may bring. Filled with a newfound sense of purpose and inner peace, Olga returned to Moscow, where she began practicing shamanism and singing bowls therapy. She found happiness not in material possessions or external validation, but in the connection with her inner self and the